This is KO4 KFQ. The sound of that will begin in 3 minutes. KO4 KFQ. CQ, calling all amateur radio operators. This is Kilo Foxtrot 4, Kilo Foxtrot Quebec, KF4, KFQ with the 21st annual Christmas Eve Santa Net. My name's Tony, and I will be your net control operator this evening. Purpose of this net is for passing information concerning Santa sightings and for helping Santa in general, as well as other information of interest to children young and old through the local amateur radio community. This year's Santa Net is dedicated to Elizabeth, K4, KTG.
This is Kilo 4 Kilo Tango Golf, K4 KTG, checking into the Santa Christmas Net. Merry Christmas, everyone. Over.
This net meets tonight only at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. This net is held on the 146.415 simplex and 446.415 simplex throughout Middle Tennessee. The Santa Net is also simulcast on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and enter K4PEW on either your PC, phone, or smart TV. And we are also on Zoom. All licensed amateur operators are welcome to join this session of the Christmas Eve Santa Net. This is an open net serving all amateur radio operators. And we also welcome all of those listening this evening on scanners, YouTube, and Zoom. This is a directed net. Please follow the instructions of the net control operator. When you check in, please give your call and your name and a rough location. And remember to pause just a couple of seconds after keying your mic up so you don't clip off your audio. This is KF4 KFQ with the Nashville Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any stations at this time with emergency or priority traffic, please call now.
This is Bruce, calling Santa Net Control.
This is Santa Net Control. Go ahead.
This is Bruce, on board North Pole 1. I'll be riding with Santa again this year, working 2 year mobile, and letting all the boys and girls know where we are. Santa's going to be accepting calls from any boys and girls that are ham operators or know someone who is. Santa and I look forward to hearing from everybody this year. This is Bruce, on board North Pole 1. Back to Net Control.
This is KF4 KFQ, net control for the Santa Net. I'll open the net now for general check-ins. Stations with emergency or priority traffic can break in at any time by saying break, break, and using ITU standard phonetics when identifying your station. This is KF4 KFQ with the Santa Net. Please direct any email to tony.proctor@comcast.net, and I will give that again at the end of the net. This is KF4 KFQ with the Santa Net. Any stations anywhere, call now.
Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot, Mike in Nashville.
Kilo Foxtrot 4 Yankee Mike, go ahead. Station calling, go ahead.
Hey, I just wanted to put in a good word for me with Santa. I sure would like to have a 600-watt amplifier for Christmas.
Well, you sound a little old to be sitting on his lap, but, Santa is monitoring 2 meters tonight via his onboard ham operator. So, I'm sure he's listening in. And have you been good this year?
I sure have. Been really, really good.
Okay, great. Well, hopefully you'll get that. We'll put you down for one big old amplifier for your shack. And truly, thank you for calling in. This is KF4 KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any stations anywhere, call now.
WR0U, Scott, out here at Tucker's Crossroads.
Well, hello, Mr. Scott, and how are you this fine evening? What have you got for the Santa Net?
Well, we're doing really great here. We're back down here and see the kids, and we got little Abigail here, our granddaughter, with us here. She's 2.5, and she's listening here to the Santa Net.
Does she want to talk to Santa?
Yeah, she don't talk that much, so it might be a one-way conversation.
Well, maybe you could interpret for her. I can give Santa a call. He's up on North Pole 1 making his rounds right now. If you'd like, we can give him a shout.
Okay, yeah, maybe a little bit later on. We'll just monitor here.
All right, I understand. Anyway, this is KF4 KFQ of the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station, call now.
KM4TM, Tom in Rockville, checking in, Santa.
Thank you, Mr. Tom. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. But you got any messages for Santa or the ham radio operators out here on Christmas Eve?
Well, I got a message, not necessarily for Santa, but it's just something I noticed a minute ago when Michael checked in with a big signal down here in Rockville. I think Michael already got his Christmas present. I think he got it a little early. That Diamond X 700, by the looks of his signal, he's got that going. So I want to throw that out there. And Santa, I don't have any kids out here, with the exception of myself and my wife. She's over there in another room, but yeah, and I'm too big to crawl up in your lap. But I would like for Christmas that Yaesu FTDX 710 little portable transceiver. I like a turtle and boots with real spurs. KM410.
And the spurs are for riding your turtle, is that right?
Absolutely. That thing's so darn slow. I'm sure he's going to be slow. He needs a little something to get him some giddy up.
All right. I appreciate that. I hope you continue to monitor. If you find any strange goings on in your Rockville area, I'm sure you'll call in and report. This is KF4 KFQ.
From Autopass Line 2, go ahead, caller. This is Lieutenant Foster with the North American Radar Defense Command. Go ahead, Lieutenant. Yes, we are currently tracking a single inbound intermittent contact on radar, vectored at 218 degrees relative. Well, Lieutenant, how can we help? Currently, we are unable to determine this target. NORAD is hoping that we could call on the amateur radio community and assisting in a positive identification of this target and verify its intentions. Is there any danger, Lieutenant? Yes, at this time, NORAD is unable to ascertain the target's intentions. Until we can make this determination, we must consider the bogey as hostile. Hostile? But, Lieutenant, this is Christmas Eve. The defense of our nation does not take a holiday. Fighter aircraft have been scrambled. However, due to the intermittent nature of the radar contact, any information we could receive from ground stations would be helpful. Well, we'll certainly pass this information along to our monitoring amateur stations and let you know if we see anything. Thank you. We will contact you later.
This is KF4 KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station anywhere, please call now. Charlie Foxtrot, go ahead. Okay, let me see if I can get him on the line. KF4 KFQ net control calling Santa on North Pole 1. Ho, ho, ho! This is Santa. Go ahead. Ho, ho, ho! All right. Let me know what your question is. Rudolph is 747 years old next April. Have you been good? Has Levi been good, Dad? I was wondering if Lily was nearby. I am old. I am ancient, but I'm very young at heart.
KO4 YQE, monitoring and waiting for the SANAnet.
On board the sleigh. Well, it was a real pleasure. I look forward to being at your home later on tonight. You better go and make sure you get to bed. This is Santa back to net control. And this is KF4 KFQ with the Middle Tennessee SANAnet. Any station, anywhere, call out.
Kilo Foxtrot 4, Tango Charlie Victor, checking into the SANAnet.
Charlie Victor Station, go ahead with your check-in.
Yeah, Roger. Merry Christmas to all. My children have third-party traffic, but they're too shy to ask.
Well, you can always ask for them, I guess. Check with Santa and make sure he's checking his list, I guess.
Well, what they want to know is, what about Ollie? Ollie, the other reindeer.
Well, let me go ask and we'll find out. This is Santa Net Control calling North Pole 1. Santa, are you there? Ho, ho, ho! I'm right here and I heard that. Yes, Olive, she's my little sweetie, but she doesn't ride with the main herd on Christmas Eve. She stays home and plays reindeer games with all the other reindeers.
Roger that. Thank you so much for passing along that question. They are thrilled to hear the answer. KF4TTE, back to net control.
And this is KF4 KFQ with the SANAnet. Any station, anywhere, please call now.
K3 NPR.
K3 NPR, KF4 KFQ with the SANAnet. Go ahead, sir.
We got Cameron waiting to talk to Santa Claus.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Santa's kind of busy. Let me see. He's popping in and out, so we'll give it a shout here. But he's usually pretty good about answering the SANAnet. So hang on here. This is KF4 KFQ net control for the SANAnet. Santa, are you there? Hello, this is Santa. Go ahead.
Santa, are you really in your sleigh?
I don't know. What do you think? This is KF4 KFQ net control. The station dropped off there. Try again.
You got a little bashful here. Here he is. Tell Santa what you like.
I would like some more Legos, a lot of Minecraft stuff, and yeah.
Minecraft is very popular again this year. It was last year too. So I don't know. I'll have to check my list. Make sure you were really good this year. This is Santa back to net control.
Thank you, and Merry Christmas, Santa.
And net control, Merry Christmas to you. Any other little ones? This is KF4 KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Sound Net. Any station anywhere with traffic for the net, please call now.
KQ4AET. This is Chris.
All right, Mr. Chris. This is KF4 KFQ with the Sound Net control. Go ahead, sir.
I got my little buddy Liam here who would like to say hi to Santa and maybe give him one of the things he's looking for Christmas.
Okay, let's see. We'll give it a shout. This is Net Control calling North Pole 1. North Pole 1, are you there, Santa?
Ho, ho, ho! Yes, it's Santa. Go ahead. Hi, Santa.
Ho, ho, ho! That sounds like Leo.
Yes, it is Leo.
Ho, ho, ho! Have you been good this year?
Yes.
Ho, ho, ho! I know you have. So what did you want for Christmas this year?
To our local ride-on that is electric, and I've been wanting that for a long time.
Ho, ho, ho! Oh, you have to be extra, extra good to get that. Let me check my list. Ho, ho, ho! Well, you have to wait till in the morning to find out. I've got lots of extra special things to drop off at your house tonight. So go to bed, say your prayers, and wake up in the morning and you might find what you're asking for. Ho, ho, ho! This is Santa, back to net control. And this is KF4 KFQ with the Sound Net. Any other traffic?
Open the auto patch. Go ahead with your call. You're on the air.
I'd like to call and report. There's some strange looking critters hanging around my house. Looks like a whole herd of something.
Strange deer, mate? Can you describe them?
Well, I've seen deer jump before. I mean, they used to jump the fence into Pa's corn crib all the time, but these deer jump and they just don't come down.
You mean they're flying?
I guess you could say that. Don't rightly know how. They're dragging this big trailer behind them. And the lead deer, well, he looks like he's been drinking too much eggnog.
Drinking too much eggnog?
Yeah, I guess. His nose is all shiny and red. My brother Winter, he would come home that way sometimes after bowling night.
Okay. Thank you very much, Colin.
This is KF4 KFQ with Middle Tennessee Sound Net. Any stations anywhere, please call now.
This is KF4 KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Sound Net. Wait a minute. Come in. Oh my, Sound Net listeners, but you won't believe this, but there's a big old deer in the ham shack right now. Excuse me. Sorry. And he talks too. So, Mr. Deer, what is your name? Chester. Well, hello, Chester. So what brings you out tonight? Santa's backup reindeer. I'll fly a reindeer in case one of the main reindeer has a problem. What kind of problem? Well, I have to be on call at a moment's notice in case Dixon sprains an antler or Rudy shorts out and can't keep his nose in. Anything like that. Oh, gotta go. Santa's coming. This could be my big chance. See you later. Okay, see you later, Chester. This is KF4 KFQ. Where's the Sound Net?
Any station anywhere, please call now.
Whiskey 8, Papa, Lima Alpha, W8PLA, Philip in Tucker's Crossroads, Community of Lebanon.
And welcome to the city of Lebanon. Go ahead with your traffic.
Oh, well, I just hope everybody out there has been good this year and made it to the nice list. And I guess I need to put a request in there for Santa because I think I've been a pretty good boy. I'd like to have myself a new QRP HF radio and then possibly a new antenna analyzer. Pretty tall order for being such a good boy, but maybe he can swing it. WAPLA, back to the net.
Well, thank you, and I'm sure you have been, and I'm sure you will get everything you want. So for Christmas, I hope so. At least we all do. Anyway, KF4 KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station anywhere, please call now.
Hello, you've reached the Santa Net and you're on the air.
This here is Maurice. My brother Luther and I, we've heard there might be some deer out here tonight. Luther just ran out of the house saying he's going to try catching some deer. Mama says leave those deer alone. She says there's something magic about them. Me, I can't rightly say, but if Mama says leave them alone, I guess me ought to might have. Trouble is, Luther's run off. I can't find him anywhere. I don't suppose you've seen him, have you? Wait. Wait, there's a big racket in the backyard. I'll have to try to get back to you.
And this is KF4 KFQ with the Santa Net. You run into all sorts of people on Christmas Eve. Any station anywhere, call now.
This is KF4 KFQ, the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Come in. I got 14 beef pizzas here for Mr. Kringle. That's pepperoni. That's alfalfa sauce. Oh, I'm sorry, there's no one here by that name. Really? This is the third house I've stopped at. It is. I've been given, this keeps changing. What's up with that? What does Mr. Kringle have a first name? Just an initial K. Four alfalfa sprouts on pizza. Well, this is just a guess, but I would say the K stands for Chris. All I know is these pizzas are getting cold. Well, if I can get a message to Mr. Kringle, I'll let him know his pizzas are ready. Well, where is he? Well, don't worry. I'm sure Chris Kringle will find you. This is KF4 KFQ with the Santa Net.
Any station anywhere, please call now with traffic for the net.
November 4 will be only with Canadian UT. This is Carl in Franklin that my little daughter Callie would like to talk to Santa.
All right, let's see if Santa's around. This is KF4 KFQ with the Santa Net calling North Pole 1. Santa, are you around? Ho, ho, ho! This is Santa. Good!
When are you going to get to our house?
KF4 KFQ, I'm not sure we can understand that. That was a little garbled. Try again.
When are you gonna get to our house?
Oh, I don't know. Let's ask. Hey, Santa, North Pole 1, when are you gonna get to Franklin? Oh, we'll be there before the night's over. Do not worry, but we can't get there until you go to bed.
I love you.
I'll be there real soon. This is Santa, back to the control. KFQ. Got any more traffic for the net?
No, sir. Appreciate it. Y'all have a great night. Back to net control. NADNUT.
All right. Thank you much for calling in. It's truly appreciated.
No, thank you.
From the Elves, line 3. Go ahead, caller. This is Lieutenant Foster with the North American Radar Air Defense Command. Go ahead, Lieutenant. Sir, this is in follow-up to our previous communication regarding that bogey that we're tracking on radar. Air Defense Radar has painted an inbound airborne target near Ridgetop, Tennessee, vectored at 227 degrees with an estimated airspeed of 1400 knots. Wow, 1,400 knots? Yes, sir, this is confirmed. Given the speed and high-speed turns, NORAD has determined that this is neither a commercial or military target. However, the target is traveling at very low altitude, and at this time it is difficult to maintain radar lock. NORAD is requesting that anyone sees this unidentified contact, please contact us immediately. Well, we'll certainly pass this information along to our monitoring amateur radio stations and let you know if we're seeing it.
And this is KF4, KFQ. If any stations out there seeing any low-flying, high-speed objects, please call in. KF4, KFQ with the 2022 Santa Net, excuse me. Any stations with traffic, please call now.
K1 SPD.
K1 SPD, go ahead.
I've got a couple of girls here that like to say hi to Santa. First one will be Sadie. Please hold.
All right. This is Net Control calling North Pole 1. Net Control calling North Pole 1. Are you there, Santa?
Ho, ho, ho! This is Santa. Go ahead.
Hi, Santa.
Ho, ho, ho! That sounds like my friend Sadie.
Yep.
Ho, ho, ho! Are you shy?
Sure.
Ho, ho, ho! That's fine. I understand shy very well. And who's with you tonight?
My little sister, Emmy.
Ho, ho, ho! Well, let's talk to Miss Emmy.
Hi, Santa.
Ho, ho, ho! Hello, Emmy. I know you and your sister have been really good this year. I'm checking my list, and I think I've got some really cool stuff in the back just for you.
Yay.
All right, Santa, there's a little gun shy here when it comes to the mic. We appreciate it. Y'all have a safe trip out there tonight. Be careful. K1 SPD, back to net.
All right. This is KF4, KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station anywhere, please call now.
November 4, Lima, Charlie.
This is Bruce the Elf calling North Pole. Bruce the Elf calling North Pole. You've reached the North Pole Elf Desk. This is the knowledge that you need, Bruce. Hey, tonight, this is Bruce. I'm Billy, North Pole Elf. Santa's coming into Smyrna now. We're supposed to make a delivery to the Zurofsky family in Smyrna. We're flying in from the north. We see a whole bunch of lights still on at their house. Santa wants to reroute and maybe come back later when everyone's asleep. Let me check the delivery routing at the Elf Desk. Stand by. Hey, Bruce, have Santa do turn north and east about 30 miles towards Mount Juliet. That shouldn't throw you off schedule too much. Okay, thanks a lot tonight. No problem, Bruce. Elf Desk out.
And this is KF4, KFQ. Even Santa has to deal with the logistics. KF4, KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station anywhere, please call now.
November 4, Lima, Charlie.
8-year-old Virginia O'Hanlon wrote a letter to the editor of New York's Sun, and the quick response was printed as an unsigned editorial September 21st, 1897. The work of veteran newsman Francis Church has since become history's most reprinted newspaper editorial, appearing in part or in whole in dozens of languages, in books, movies, and other editorials, and on posters and stamps. Here is the editorial. Dear editor, I am 8 years old. Some of my little friends say there is no Santa Claus. Papa says, if you see it in the sun, it is so. Please tell me the truth. Is there a Santa Claus? Virginia O'Hanlon, 115 West 95th Street. Virginia, your little friends are wrong. They have been affected by the skepticism of a skeptical age. They do not believe except what they see. They think that nothing can be which is not comprehensible by their little minds. All minds, Virginia, whether they be men's or children's, are little. In this great universe of ours, man is a mere insect and ant in his intellect, as compared with the boundless world about him, as measured by the intelligence capable of grasping the whole of truth and knowledge. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. He exists as certainly as love and generosity and devotion exist, and you know that they abound and give to your life its highest beauty and joy. Alas, how dreary would be the world if there were no Santa Claus. It would be as dreary as if there were no Virginias. There would be no childlike faith then, no poetry, no romance to make tolerable this existence. We should have no enjoyment except in sense and sight. The eternal light with which childhood fills the world would be extinguished. Not believe in Santa Claus? You might as well not believe in fairies. You might get your papa to hire men to watch in all the chimneys on Christmas Eve to catch Santa Claus. But even if they did not see Santa Claus coming down, what would that prove? Nobody sees Santa Claus, but that's not a sign that there is no Santa Claus. The most real things in the world are those that neither children nor men can see. Did you ever see fairies dancing on the lawn? Of course not. But that's no proof that they are not there. No one can conceive or imagine all the wonders there are unseen and unseeable in the world. You may tear apart the baby's rattle and see what makes the noise inside, but there is a veil covering the unseen world which not the strongest man, nor even the united strength of all the strongest men that ever lived, could tear apart. Only faith, fancy, poetry, love, romance can push aside the curtain and view and picture the supernatural beauty and glory beyond. Is it all real? Ah, Virginia, in all this world, there is nothing else real and abiding. No Santa Claus? Thank God he lives, and he lives forever. 1,000 years from now, Virginia, nay, 10 times 10,000 years from now, he will continue to make glad the heart of childhood.
And this is KF4, KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station anywhere, please call now.
This is KF4, KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Come in. Well, hello, Chester. What Santa want? Oh, my goodness, this cookie old crying. That common. It's just a little book. Santa doesn't like the litter, so I'll be calling to pick up the trash. I guess somebody has to. Yep, that's the way it is for a backup reindeer. I just have to wait nearby until I'm needed. So how long have you been a backup reindeer? Yeah, well, in 57 years, this coming New Year's, I replaced a great backup named Wilson. He was one cool reindeer. He retired after flying back up for 788 years. So how come I never heard of it? It's the way it is for the backup reindeer. Nobody knows about us. Those slave days did all the songs and poems, but no one gives us backup guys a second thought. But maybe, just maybe. I gotta go. Santa's calling. This could be my big chance. See you later. Okay, see you later, Chester. This is KF4KFT. Where's the sound at?
Any station anywhere, please call now. This is KF4KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station with traffic for the net, please call now.
I'm not a patch. Go ahead, caller.
I'm calling to report out a bunch of deers over here in my yard.
Deer? Really?
Yes, deer. Look out the window just a bit ago, and there were all these deer just standing there, all tied up. They must belong to someone.
Okay, well, exactly what do you want?
Someone needs to come over here and get these deer out of my yard. They're trumping all over my mama's mums and making a terrible racket. All of them. Bell ringing and all.
I see. Well...
Wait a minute. There's some old fat guy with them now. Yep. He's got them hooked up to an old trailer bed or something. Mama's going to be so mad. Oh, look now. Now they're eating some of her mums. You need to get someone over here right away.
Well, where are you located?
Out here in Smyrna. Just ask anybody. Anyone can tell you how to get here. To Miss Bessie's house. We're just up the holler from the old straw mill down the ridge road. And now look, he's making them deer drag his sorry that you know what around the yard in this trailer of his. Oh man, I hope he doesn't leave a lot of rust in the yard. He'll never get these scraps, bro.
Okay, I'll let everyone know and be on the lookout. And I'll pass the traffic along to the net. This is KF4KFQ, back to net control.
And this is KF4KFQ with Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station anywhere with traffic for the net, please call now.
Hello, you've reached the Santa Net and you're on the air.
This here is Maurice. My brother Luther and I, we've heard there might be some deer out here tonight. Luther just ran out of the house saying he's going to try catching some deer. Mama says leave those deer alone. She says there's something magic about them. Me, I can't rightly say, but if Mama says leave them alone, I guess me ought to might have. Trouble is, Luther's run off. I can't find him anywhere. I don't suppose you've seen him, have you? Wait. Wait, there's a big racket in the backyard. I'll have to try to get back to you.
This is KF4KFQ with Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station anywhere with traffic for the net, please call now.
Net control recognizes Bruce on board North Pole 1.
This is Bruce on board North Pole 1. Just had to stop in the lane of this station. Truly, still away. I don't think you're supposed to not today. Not this way, Bruce. This is Bruce on board North Pole 1. Stop the net control.
And this is KF4KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station with traffic for the net, please call now.
KG4 LV, Jack and Donaldson.
Hello, Mr. Jack. What kind of traffic you got for the Santa Net this time?
Well, just want to let Santa know I put a little reindeer food on my roof so the reindeer can have a little break when he comes to Donaldson, and I left him a plate of cookies and a glass of milk.
hope it was low fat.
Oh, 2%.
Oh, excellent. And you got you did get those. Now the deer I hear like the little mini carrots as opposed to the big long ones.
Yeah, I got the Purina reindeer food, and it's all over my roof. So when they land, they can have a little break. But we're looking forward to seeing Santa in Dawson.
Excellent. I'm sure they'll really appreciate that. All right. KF4, KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any stations anywhere with traffic for the net, please call in.
KF4, WBZ.
WVZ, go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
Oh, sorry about that. I can't hear you too well. I just heard Jack come in pretty clear there, but I just wanted to check in. Let y'all know I've got milk and cookies out here in Hermitage. Also ready for a break if necessary, but still peeking out the window. I don't see anything yet, but I'm going to bed pretty soon, so I hope 2 in the morning. Just wanted to check in, tell y'all Merry Christmas, and talk to you soon. KI4WBZ, clear on your. Just be clear.
All right. No, I truly appreciate you checking in, and I know Santa will appreciate that the milk and cookies. Now make sure it's not that soy milk, 2%, but not soy. He likes real thing. Anyway, KF4, KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station anywhere, please call in.
Mama's Christmas Miracle. Mama told me a story a long, long time ago, not like any that I'd ever heard, all about a little girl Mama used to know. How I remember every word. Seems like a lifetime ago, though I remember it so well. It was a Christmas Eve I'll never forget, as far as I can tell. We were sitting at the kitchen table. It was only my mother and me. I was dreaming of Christmas morning and all the presents under the tree. Dad wasn't doing that well, and money was scarce that year. Mama found a way of telling me without me shedding one tear. She told me a story of a little girl in a Christmas long ago who came from far away, a place where it rarely snowed. Santa was just a dream to her, but she believed so much inside that Christmas was going to be special, so she knelt by her bed and she cried, "Lord, let Santa remember me, if not just this one time. I promise I won't ask for much. Maybe a dolly I can call all mine." She closed her prayer and thanked the Lord for all that she received. She knew that Santa would really come if only she believed. She wrote a letter to Santa, unfamiliar to most girls and boys, though her list was long and full. On it, there were no toys, only things we take for granted, like new shoes or underpants, hair bows for her sisters, and gloves to warm her brother's hands. At the bottom of her list, she asked if it not be too much for a brand new baby doll she could hold and love and touch. Then Christmas morning came, and she looked beneath her tree, not a present to be found as far as she could see. She didn't give up hope as she heard a knocking sound. When she opened up her door, a great big box she found. She called out to her mother and dad, brothers and sisters too. She said, "My prayers were answered. There's something in here for all of you." Her daddy got brand new boots. Her mother new underpants. Her sisters got beautiful hair bows. Her brothers warm gloves for their hands. Buried deep beneath the box was a brand new baby doll and a note that said, "Merry Christmas. I love you one and all." I'll never forget that story because, much to my surprise, I saw the true meaning of Christmas shining in my mother's eyes. For those of you who are wondering, as if you didn't know, the little girl in Mama's story was my mother long ago.
And this is KF4 KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. I'd like to welcome Mr. Aaron. I see he's popped up on Zoom now, so we'll say good evening and Merry Christmas to him and his family. Anyway, any stations anywhere with traffic for the Middle Tennessee SantaNet, please call now.
From the auto patch, go ahead, caller.
I'm calling back to report. The sergeant at the police said to call you. It sounds like I got somebody walking in my roof.
Well, what do you mean?
I mean, it sounds like there's somebody on my roof. I can hear footsteps up there. Now, I told you to get someone down here now. I think this fat old guy I called about a little while ago. I don't know how, but somehow he drove his sorry self up on the roof and he falls off. Well, I'm not going to be responsible.
Well, where exactly are you again?
Miss Bessie, out in Smyrna. Man, he's making a lot of noise up there. Wait. Mama says that somehow he's drugged a whole bunch of deer up there on our roof. Look, you're going to have to get someone over here with some ladders or something. Get help to get him down before he gets hurt.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
No, wait. Mama says he's gone. What, Mama? They did what? Mama's saying they took off flying straight up off the roof. I'm sorry I bothered you. Mama's been coming down with the old timer's disease. Must just been some squirrel or some kind of critter up there making racket. Sorry I've had to bother you.
Okay, no problem. This is KF4, KFQ, back to net control.
And this is KF4, KFQ. Any stations anywhere with traffic for the Middle Tennessee SantaNet, please call now.
This is the story of a young Marine named Michael, who wrote a letter home to his mother while he was in the hospital after having been wounded in Korea in 1950. A Navy chaplain named Walter Moldy apparently was given the letter, checked the facts, and concluded that what was in the letter was true. Here is that letter. Dear Mom, I wouldn't dare write this letter to anybody but you because no one else would believe it. Maybe even you'll find it hard, but I've got to tell somebody. First off, I'm in a hospital. Now, don't worry. You hear me? Don't worry. I was wounded, but I'm okay. You understand? Okay. The doctor says I'll be up and around in about a month. But that's not what I want to tell you. Remember when I joined the Marines last year? Remember when I left, how you told me to say a prayer every day? Well, you really didn't have to tell me that. Ever since I can remember, you always told me to pray. Well, I always have. When I got to Korea, I prayed even harder. Remember the prayers that you taught me? Well, I said prayers every day, sometimes when I was marching, sometimes resting, but always before I went to sleep. I even got some of the other fellows to say prayers. Well, one day, I was in an advanced detail, way up over the front lines. We were scouting for commies. I was plodding along in the bitter cold. My breath was like cigar smoke. I thought I knew every guy in the patrol when alongside me comes another Marine I'd never met before. He was bigger than any other Marine I'd ever seen. He must have been 6'4" and built in proportion. It gave me a real feeling of security to have such a body here. Anyway, there we were trudging along. The rest of the patrol spread out. Just to start the conversation, I said, cold, ain't it? And then I laughed. Here I was with a good chance of getting killed any minute, and I'm talking about the weather. My companion seemed to understand. I heard him laugh softly. I looked at him. I'd never seen you before. I thought I knew every man in the outfit. I just joined at the last minute, he replied. The name is Michael. Is that so? That's my name, too. I know, he said, and then we went on. I was too amazed to say anything for a minute. How did he know my name? Then I smiled to myself. Every guy in the outfit knew about me. Hadn't I taught prayer to anybody who would listen? Why, now and then they even referred to me as St. Michael. Neither of us spoke for a time, and then he broke the silence. We're going to have some trouble up ahead. He must have been in fine physical shape, or he was breathing so lightly I couldn't see his breath. Mine poured out in great clouds. There was no smile on his face now. Trouble ahead, I thought to myself. Well, with the commies all around us, that's no great revelation. Snow began to fall in thick globs. In a brief moment, the whole countryside was blotted out, and I was marching in a white fog of sticky particles. My companions disappeared. Michael, I shouted in sudden alarm. I felt his hand on my arm. His voice was rich and strong. This will stop shortly. His prophecy proved to be correct. In a few minutes, the snow stopped as abruptly as it had begun. The sun was a shining hard disk. I looked back for the rest of the patrol, and there was no one in sight. We lost them in that heavy fall of snow. I looked ahead as we came over a little rise. Mom, my heart stopped. There were 7 of them, 7 commies in their padded pants and jackets, and their funny hats. Only there wasn't anything funny about them now. 7 rifles were aimed at us. Down, Michael, I screamed and hit the frozen earth. I heard those rifles fire almost as one. I heard the bullet. And there was Michael still standing. Mom, those guys couldn't have been, not at that range. I expected to see him literally blown to bits, but there he stood, making no effort to fire himself. He was paralyzed with fear. It happens sometimes, Mom, even to the bravest. He was like a bird fascinated by a snake. At least that's what I thought then. I jumped up to pull him down, and that's when I got mine. I felt a sudden flame in my chest. I often wondered what it would be like to be hit. Now I know. I remember feeling strong arms around me, arms that laid me ever so gently on a pillow of snow. I opened my eyes for one last look. I was dying. Maybe I was even dead. I remember thinking, well, this is not so bad. Maybe I was looking into the sun. Maybe I was in shock, but it seemed I saw Michael standing erect again. Only this time, his face was shining with a terrible splendor. As I say, maybe it was the sun in my eyes, but he seemed to change as I watched him. He grew bigger. His arms stretched out wide. Maybe it was the snow falling again, but there was a brightness around him like the wings of an angel. In his hand was a sword that flashed with a million lights. Well, that's the last thing I remember until the rest of the fellows came up and found me. I do not know how much time had passed. Now and then I had but a moment's rest from the pain and the fever. I remember telling them of the enemy up just ahead. Where's Michael, I asked, and I saw them look at one another. Where's who? Michael, the big Marine I was walking with just before the snow squall hit us. Kid, said the sergeant, you weren't walking with anyone. I had my eye on you the whole time. You were getting too far out, and I was just about to call you in when you disappeared in the snow. He looked at me curiously. How'd you do it, kid? How'd I do what? I said, half angry despite my wound. This Marine named Michael and I were just, son, the sergeant said. I picked out this outfit. There just ain't another Michael in it. You're my only Mike. He paused for a minute. Just how'd you do it, kid? We heard shots. There hasn't been a shot fired from your rifle. There isn't a bit of lead in them 7 bodies over the hill there. I didn't say anything. What could I say? I only looked open-mouthed with amazement. It was then the sergeant spoke again. Kid, he said gently, every one of those 7 commies was killed by a sword stroke. That's all I can tell you, Mom. As I say, it may have been the sun in my eyes. It may have been the cold or the pain. But that's what happened. Love, Michael.
And this is KF4KFQ. This is KF4KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santanet. Any station anywhere, please call out.
the night before Christmas and all through 2 meters. Not a signal was keying up any repeaters. The antennas reached up from the tower quite high to catch the weak signals that bounced from the sky. So children, technicians, took their HTs to bed and dreamed of a day they'd be extras instead. Mom put on her headphones and I plugged in the key, and we tuned 40 meters for that rare ZK3. When the meter was pegged by a signal with power, it smoked a small diode and I swear tipped the tower. Mom yanked off her phones and with all she could muster, logged the spot of that signal on the DX cluster. I ran to the window and peered up at the sky to see what could generate RF that high. It was way in the distance, but the moons made it gleam, a flying sleigh with an 8-element beam, and a little old driver who was too far to tell, but he might have been sent by the ARRL. Then I saw it was Santa, the Santa of hams, on a mission this Christmas to clean up the bands. He circled the towers and stopped in his track. He slid down the coax right into the shack. So Mom and I hid behind stacks of CQ. The Santa of hamming knew just what to do. He cleared off the desk of paper and parts. Then he filled out all of my late QSLs for a start. He ran copper braid, took a steel rod and pounded it into the earth till the station was grounded. He tightened loose fittings, soldered connections, cranked down modulation, installed lightning protection. He neutralized tubes in my linear amp. Didn't work right before, now it works like a champ. A new low-pass filter cleared up the TV. He corrected the settings in my TNC. He repaired the computer that wouldn't compute, backed up the hard drive and got it to boot. Then he reached really deep in the bag that he brought and pulled out a big box, a new rig, I thought. A new Kenwood, an ICOM, a Yaesu for me. An Elecraft 10-Tech Reflex, could it be? If he thought I'd been bad, it might be QRP. Yes, the ultimate station, how could I deserve this? Must be all those weekends I worked public service. He hooked it all up and in record time, quickly worked 100 countries, all down on 160. I should have been happy. It was my call he sent, but the cards and the postage will cost a month's rent. He made final adjustments, left the card by the key. Merry Christmas from Santa, 73. Then he grabbed his HT, looked me straight in the eye, punched the code on his pad and was gone. No goodbye. I ran back to the station and the pilot was big, but a card from St. Nick would be worth my new rig. All too late, because his final came over the air. It was copied all over. It was heard everywhere. The ham Santa exclaimed, what an old ham expects. Merry Christmas to all, and to all good DX.
And this is KF4KFQ with the SoundNet. Any station anywhere, please call now.
Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Romeo Foxtrot with a relay.
Go ahead, relay.
Kilo November 4, Tango Juliet Foxtrot, and Ashland City is trying to check in, but his antenna is frozen, so he wants to wish everyone a Merry Christmas.
I understand that problem. I truly do. All right, any station anywhere, please call now.
Hello, you've reached the SoundNet and you're on the air.
You talk about it later, you must tell him I'm going to get at the top of the rope tree, and I think I'm going to catch him one of these clears. I think the last thing I do. I'm going to just jump on the tree on top. Wait, there he is. And you just stand still, Mr. Deer. Never mind.
And this is KF4KFQ. Any station anywhere with the support with traffic for the SoundNet, if my mouth will work, please call now. Right now, I'd like to take just a minute to remember the folks that can't be home for Christmas this year. They are stationed around the world, and they're keeping us safe and doing their duty. And this next little bit is in their honor. This is KF4, KFQ.
Another year, American heroes are fighting in a foreign land, but hopefully with an end in sight to this part of life they hadn't planned. They do their duty without question, and they all stand proud and tall. They are placed there in harm's way as they answer our country's call. They'll get by the best they can and improvise ingenious ways to find a way to celebrate the meaning of the holidays. Peace on earth, goodwill towards men is really kind of hard to do when all around there are folks whose only wish is to kill you. There are far too many families who will never again know the joy that the Christmas time can bring and cruel wartime can destroy. The lucky will return back home, but lives will never be the same, forever changed in heart and mind by humankind's unholy game. They won't be home for Christmas, and sadly some will never be. But all of them share one thing, that's the war hero's legacy. So as you gather around the tree with your loved ones by your side, think about those over there while you enjoy your Yuletide.
And this is KF4 KFQ with the Santa Tent. Any station anywhere with traffic for the net, please call now.
Hello, you've reached the Internet and you're on the air.
Best hair is my race again. I still can't find Luther. I hope he's all right. I mean, he was okay for a brother, but that'd be Mama. Hey, Luther, you might get back in here. I'm telling Mama. Wait. Wait, what's that? I have to get back to you.
And this is poor KF4 KFQ. Poor old Maurice, he has trouble every year, I think. KF4 KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station anywhere with traffic for the net, please call now.
Hello, you've reached the Internet and you're on the air.
Yeah, this is Lucy here. Hey, if you see my brother Maurice, tell him whatever he does, leave those deer alone. Wait, what's that? Oh, hello, Mr. Deer. Nice deer. Nice deer. Never mind.
And this is KF4 KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station anywhere with traffic for the net, please call now.
This is Bruce. I'm the one in North Pole 1 calling Santa Net Control.
This is Santa Net Control. Go ahead.
This is Bruce working 2-meter mobile on board North Pole 1. Neighbor is Bruce, SOS 2.
Net Control recognizes Bruce on board North Pole 1. Go ahead.
We seem to have a lot of company flying around with us tonight. I wanted to know if you might have some ideas. Something special is going on tonight in the Nashville area. Maybe an air show or something.
No, not an air show, but we have had some reports from NORAD regarding unidentified aircraft on their radar flying low in our area, and fighters have been scrambled out of Fort Campbell.
Unidentified aircraft? I know we've been having to dive in and out for the last few minutes.
Yeah, NORAD reported that the aircraft did not have a transponder and did not respond to any radio calls.
Well, thankfully, Santa Slade's fully equipped with all the latest avionics and wait, stand by, Mexico. Looks like our transponder is not turned on. Just on the ground, they'll miss it in free flight. Wouldn't do it the first time.
Okay, you've got that turned on now, right?
Roger. Woo! That could have been bad. You know, we can't afford a mid-air collision tonight.
Okay, Bruce, we're glad we could help out.
Thank you. This is Bruce on board North Pole 1, and we're clear.
And we're glad Bruce got his transponder turned on. Santa is now squawking on North Pole 1. Any station anywhere with traffic for the Middle Tennessee Santa Net, please call now. This is KF4, KFQ Net Control with the Santa Net. I just want to give a special shout out, special thanks to a couple of hams that have really helped produce this net this year. K4ING, I know you're listening, and K4PEW. Thanks, guys. Wouldn't have been able to do this without you. Anyway, this is KF4, KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. Any station anywhere, please call now.
On the Autopass, line 5. Go ahead, Colin. This is Lieutenant Foster again with the North American Radar Air Defense Command. Go ahead, Lieutenant. Yes, sir. Our fighters have identified the bogey. It's Santa. Looks like he had some sort of snafu in his sleigh's transponder, but it's corrected now, and he's squawking properly as North Pole 1. Well, we just finished the QSO with one of our ham operators is riding with Santa tonight. We confirmed that Santa didn't have his transponder turned on. We're glad this didn't become a real problem. A lot of boys and girls would have been real disappointed if Santa got delayed tonight. We are too. It would have been a real disaster if your fighters would have shot down Santa. Not a chance. We've been tracking Santa for years. He's way ahead of anything we can put in the air. But now that his transponder is back on, we can alert FAA to clear all the traffic in his path. Thank all the amateur radio operators for your help tonight. Glad we can help.
This is KF4, KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. This will be the final call for check-ins from any stations not yet acknowledged. Please, any new check-ins or rechecks, please come now. This is KF4, KFQ with the Middle Tennessee Santa Net. I'd like to take a moment to read the following words that were written a very long time ago. Words that are appropriate at any time of the year. And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed, and all went to be taxed, everyone to their own city. And Joseph also went up from Galilee, out of the city called Nazareth, into Judea, unto the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, to be taxed with Mary, his espoused wife, being great with child. And so it was that while they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flocks at night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone about them, and they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born today in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you. You shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of heavenly hosts, praising God and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill towards men. Thank you, everyone, for participating in tonight's net. I truly appreciate every one of you. Well, I invite you to join the net again next year on December 24th. This session of the Santa Net is now secured, and the frequency is returned to normal amateur radio operations. Please direct any emails and comments to tony.proctor@comcast.net. I say again, tony.proctor@comcast.net. From Tony, KF4, KFQ, and all the other elves that helped make this evening possible, Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Tony. KM4 Wilder.
Thanks, Tony. Great job, KG4 LV.
Fantastic